All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's edition of Florida Live. So happy to have you guys on. It's been an incredible week. Extraordinary things that are happening in leadership. But let's get started with the state news. Bring the state message to you folks. Again, we are just on fire. Incredibly proud of everything that everyone's doing here in the great state of Florida, doing some amazing things. Monumental start that we've had to the month of December. But we want to go ahead and recognize the top recruiters for last week for the state of Florida. So top recruiters, there was an 8-way tie with 2 recruits. So check these out. Let's celebrate Florida's top brass for last week. Congratulations, Florida's top recruiters. Absolutely incredible job for everyone that recruited someone last week. Just keep it going. I just appreciate all the hard work you guys are putting in. So stay tuned. We're going to transition into our next segment. We got some big announcements coming up. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our co-host today, one of the most influential people here in Florida, in my opinion. Just doing amazing things. He is one of the regional directors out in East Florida. He's a master motivator. He's reached a bronze executive director position. Just a good friend and an outstanding individual, Mr. Jeffrey Lewis. Welcome, sir.
Mr. Gonzalez, how are you doing today?
And doing fantastic. I appreciate you, my friend. The floor is yours.
Oh, man, I do appreciate them. This one right here actually holds close to me. Because this individual is the very reason why I'm sitting before you today within this business. Today, we have the plum-pleasing pleasure of interviewing Mr. Chip Humphrey, Millionaire Club member, 6-figure ring earner. I mean, this gentleman is a champion amongst champions, Acapulco cliff diving champion, like for real. Mr. Humphrey, Chip Humphrey, platinum executive director. Well, he's actually qualified for before. Mr. Humphrey, are you there?
I am, Jeffrey. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How's it going, sir?
It's going great. It's going great.
Well, listen, I love to just hang out with you a bit, but I only have about 15 minutes. I want to make sure that we get as much value as we can from this presentation today. First question I want to go ahead, let's just jump right into. Why'd you get started in Legal Shield? Tell us about your background, how you got started in Legal Shield.
Sure. Well, I have a pretty exciting background, and it's a very unique background. I used to be a professional high diver. So before I came to Florida, I was traveling around the world, worked in 22 countries as a professional high diver, had all the fun I could handle, see all the sights, just full of excitement. Then I settled down and started teaching, took a pay cut and realized that my lifestyle wasn't what I wanted it. So I knew I needed to make more money. So I was looking for a way to make more money when I was teaching. And I was also looking for a way to supplement my future retirement income because I knew it wasn't going to be enough to live like I was just living. So I'm all about lifestyle. And, the teacher's salary wasn't going to get it. And that's why I was looking for an option. And when Legal Shield was introduced to me by Jim Melia, actually, it was another company back then. It was the industry, the network marketing industry, ended up being Legal Shield. It made sense. I trusted him and I trusted his brothers, Mike and Steve Melia, and I got started, and it was definitely the best decision I've ever made.
You hit two things that I definitely want to jump into right there, and you just glazed over it, and you're being modest, right? So Mr. Humphrey was actually one of the most elite athletes in the world in his profession. And as I said, he was the Acapulco cliff diving champion, ESPN, like that. He just went over that, right? So Mr. Humphrey, can you tell us, what are some keys to being a champion?
Well, I would say desire is probably the number one thing, and it was in my case. That's a great question actually, because I didn't realize it then. I knew I had a burning desire. I didn't realize what it was until when I became involved with this industry, and particularly Legal Shield, and started really reading personal development. And I understand, and in particular, Think and Grow Rich, which is the number one thing that the wealthy people have in common, that white hot burning desire. And that's what happened to me the year I got second place. White hot burning desire was lit in my heart, and it wasn't going out until I won. And I won, and it was by design. And that's a whole lesson. But yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, it was exciting all along the way, but it was the white hot burning desire. And if I would say one other thing, it was having the right work ethic, taking steps in the direction of that goal every step and every day, moving in the direction of that goal, and just having that desire that because I got mad because I got second place and I thought I should have won. That's what happened. And I didn't even think that all of a sudden the burning desire it was like spontaneous combustion, if you know what I mean. And it drove me for the rest of that until I became a champion.
That's big. You're right. That is a trainer right there, because you talked about failure, you talk about desire, what switched you on. And I've seen a training on that by somebody named Mr. Humphrey. Oh, that was you. That's a great training. Let me jump into another lane here. I happen to know about a time that happened in your life where our founder, former president of the company, Mr. Harlan Stonecipher, said that you had the best story within Legal Shield. Why do you think he believed that? Why do you think he thought that?
Well, Mr. Stonecipher was actually a teacher back in the day too, and he stole insurance part-time, or also to help supplement his bills or pay his bills. So I think because we had the common background of being a teacher, and because he really built this whole opportunity on the basis that somebody with a full-time job could build a significant business and a large business that could, sustain them. So it's another interesting question, because one of my goals when I first came into Legal Shield with TPN and a whole group of people was that I wanted him to know me. I wanted him to know me. And I was so happy that he did get to know me, and he knew me, and I knew him and Shirley. So that was just awesome.
One thing I've always wanted to ask you is, you became a Millionaire Club member while you had a job, 6-figure income, right? Making more part-time than some people make in their full-time jobs. What made you stay so long part-time? Like, what drove you? Was it the job? Was it wanting more? What made you stay so long, still doing your full-time and building your business part-time?
Another great question. I did like what I was doing. I had fun. Put it like this: I had fun. I have fun whatever I'm doing. So I figured out a way to enjoy administration. Teaching was easy to have fun with. Administration was another thing, but I enjoyed it, so I had fun with it. And I knew it was a part-time thing for me too. I knew I wasn't going to be there forever. I didn't know when I was going to leave. But then when I started making more money than I was making as an assistant principal, and I like twice as much, and then 3 times as much, I was like, okay, this is ridiculous now. And it was taking up too much of my time. It was taking up way too much of my time. So that's when I decided, just to retire early and work full time. Or I'm still working part time with Legal Shield, but I don't have to go to a job anymore. It's in the lifestyle, being able to do what I want to do. I hope everybody gets that opportunity. And this is what this business is all about, providing that kind of an opportunity.
Mr. Humphrey, something I want to make sure I share with everybody is that, over the tenure, just knowing you over time, you have this wonderful demeanor that we talk about all the time as the people that work with you, that no matter what life throws at you, you have this ability, to just keep walking, keep going. And it's almost like it's nothing happened. You just have the ability to focus on what is important, and you get through it. You just got like a visible force field around you almost. Like, we're like, how does he do that? And so my question to you is, how do you do that? What's your personal development? Do you attribute that to personal development? Or how do you do that? How do you box everything out and move on and keep working through issues and challenges, in your business and in life and et cetera?
Another great question. And personal development is a huge part of it. I didn't know what personal development was until I got into this industry and really Legal Shield and TPN. but I'm an avid, reader now, and I participate heavily in personal development. But my attitude is really what gets me where I want to be. But that's a result of personal development and my philosophies. I'm a good person, but I believe in being a good person and doing the right thing and being honest, and I have good values, and I think morals. So that's what drives all my decisions, and even if somebody's not looking, I need to know that I'm doing what I should be doing. And I'll give you an example. It's interesting because I had this discussion with my son who didn't quite agree with me, but I was just down in the Keys recently, and a nice resort. It was not only 3 out of 18 rooms were taken, so there was hardly anybody there. I got to be friendly with the people that worked there, and I had several fishing poles. And the first night I got there, I left my $500 reel and pole out on the boat thinking it was going to be okay. And my son said, "You're crazy for doing that," which I was. And sure enough, somebody stole it. And, I wasn't sure it was even stolen because I was questioning if I even brought it. So long story short, my thinking process, initially I was like, I hope something like they go out in a boat and they get broke down. I said, that's not, no, that's not who you are. No. And then I quickly said, you know what? I hope they catch more fish than I'm catching with it, and I hope they feed a lot of people. So I just hope there's good that comes out of it, and that's just the way I've learned to be. Things are going to happen in your favor, and I do believe I'm blessed and highly favored. So
yes, you are. Yes, you are, Mr. Humphrey. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I'm going to ask another question. And this is a different lane, Mr. Humphrey. Why do you believe that the company's mission for equal justice for all is so personal for you? Why is that such an important thing for you? Because you've talked to us all the time about equal justice being something that, yes, we have access to and we can make money with, but it's important that we take this from head to heart. Why do you think it's so important for you, actually? Why was it so important for you?
Well, having access to your rights is very important. And I've had plenty of examples and situations in my own life where I've needed to have that access and didn't have that access, didn't have equal access, and actually, quite frankly, have gotten shafted many times with dealing with the law. And, there was a point I didn't even trust the law, quite frankly, law enforcement. But I know better than that. I mean, we need law enforcement, we need policing and all that. But we also need to protect our own rights. And, my family, we had a tragic event. My brother was shot and killed by a cop back in 1975, point blank range in the face. So I know all about Black Lives Matters and all that, right? This is back in 75. The white policeman that shot him ended up getting convicted of third-degree manslaughter and was only convicted to 7 to 9 years in prison. Okay, so I mean, that was in 75. By 85, he was out if he did his full term. So, I understand how if you don't have good representation, things will not go your way. And so it's very personal to me. And part of this opportunity, my brother, he was 18 when he was killed. And I feel like he got robbed of his life. So I feel like I have to live 2 lifetimes and I have to enjoy my life twice as much because he got robbed of the opportunity. So that's one of the reasons why, that it was really embedded into me to enjoy each and every day and every opportunity and every relationship, because you never know when today is going to be your last day. So take advantage of it.
Oh my goodness. I mean, we could get so much from just that little nugget you dropped on us right there. I mean, wow. Okay. I got to get out of that link because we don't have that much time, and I can see how impactful it is. And I remember those type of things sometimes when I'm helping someone, when you share that story with me. Mr. Humphrey, let me ask you something else, as just 1 or 2 more questions as we close here. What would you say has been your biggest challenge in Legal Shield or failure, and how'd you overcome it?
Well, let's see. I would say being consistent over a long period of time is the biggest challenge. Okay. But that's where the biggest opportunity is too. So, and I would say over time, and I've been here 22 years, I've averaged 2 exposures a day, 5 days a week, not 7 days a week, but 5 days a week over time. Much more so in the beginning when I was really, aggressively going after it. So, and this is a long-term event. People need to understand. I think us that coach other people, early on, you need to let people know that this isn't, we're not doing this for a month or 6 months or a year. This is a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
So you need to, and it's so whenever you're going to do something that long, you can get burnt out, and there's highs and lows. So you have to be able to figure out a pace that you're going to be able to maintain and keep, and encourage others to do, so that you'll be here. And believe me, it is so worth it, because it's that money timeline that goes up to the right. In the beginning, you're going to do more than you get paid for, but at the end, you're going to get paid for a lot more than what you're actually doing.
Right.
So it is definitely worth the time and energy that you put into and you pour into building and helping others develop leadership and develop their teams and develop them, personally developing, so that they have the qualities and they do the activities that will help them be successful. Thereby, you can enjoy your success.
I love it. Mr. Humphrey, we do a small accountability part here, kind of put you on blast in front of everybody. What's next for Mr. Humphrey as a goal in Legal Shield? I mean, you've been platinum. Millionaire club member, 6-figure. I mean, you've done it, trips everywhere. What's next for Mr. Humphrey?
Well, I need to maintain Performance Club Pro. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because that's a whole nother story, right? But I've been in Performance Club Pro for like 190 months, so I'm gonna definitely keep doing that, because the benefits are tremendous, and I want to go on this next Cabo trip too.
Yeah.
But as far as goals with Legal Shield, is to help other people generate 6-figure incomes like yourself on a part-time basis. My whole philosophy has been to develop leaders.
Okay.
Not, it wasn't for me to have a big team. I'm part of the Amelia team. I have a team named Team Crusade, but we don't even use it because, we're part of the Amelia family. That's who we are. And, but I want to develop more leaders that make 6 figures. And my goal, quite frankly, is, when I got started, was to make, $500 to $1,000 a month. And then my goal became to make $100,000 in a year, which there were some mental issues with that initially. I had to realize I was capable of doing that. But now my goal, and I will feel like I have squandered this opportunity if I don't make $100,000 a month. Okay. And there are people that are doing that. Now, I'm not working hard enough to make that happen yet. I know I have to step it up. I got to, so that's not going to come by just me saying it. But that's what's here. That's what's available, not just for me, but for you and Daniel and everybody else that's on this call. The opportunity literally is so wide open. Again, I've been here since it was 0.2%. And now we're not even at 3%. So 22 years, it hasn't grown a lot, but it's grown enough where I become a millionaire. And we go to the next 5%. That's just going to blow everything up. So it's a huge opportunity. Take it seriously, and let's take it to the next level.
Mr. Humphrey, it's been a pleasure. Do you have any closing words for us as we go back today?
Well, I will say I appreciate you and Daniel and all the other leaders that have stepped up, regional directors in the state of Florida. We needed a younger generation, and I definitely appreciate you guys, stepping up and leading the charge. And that's really the way I'm trying to build my team. That's where I'm working on, is younger folks. I'm 66. I'll be 67 this month. So I feel great, but I'm not getting numerically any younger, and I want to get some younger folks on there, really just for their own, for their own things. Because this is a great way to supplement income. This is a great way to become personally developed and help other people and be able to give back to the people that you like to give to. So again, I appreciate Jeffrey, you and Daniel, and Rebecca and everybody that stepped up in Florida in the leadership position. So back to you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been my mentor, the gentleman that got me started in Legal Shield, Mr. Chip Humphrey. I call him Chip Daddy Dollars. That's our personal name. Don't try to use it. I'll get upset. Listen, that's Interview with Success. Back over to you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Humphrey. We certainly appreciate you and, everything that you've done for the great state of Florida. And I'm going to receive what you said, my friend. You said that 6 figures a month is available to us. I'm going to receive it. I'm going to receive it. And I look forward to watching you earn that same income, my friend. You're greatly appreciated. And your leadership will never be forgotten in this great state, my friend, or in the company. You've done so much for so many people over the years, the trainings, the stories, being an influence and an inspiration, my friend. So you are greatly appreciated. You have a great night. Absolutely. Mr. Lewis, take care, gentlemen. And we're just going to go ahead and wrap up here, folks. That was Mr. Chip Humphrey, an amazing leader here in the great state of Florida. Awesome story. Incredible, incredible individual. So, folks, as we move on here, I just want to let you all know that holiday cash PC push incentive has been extended, guys. We have 48 hours to maximize this bonus, folks. So, if you were able to get a bonus, why not double it or triple it? I'm going to go ahead and invite in Mr. Don Thompson to go ahead and first explain what's available to you.
Hey, Legal Shield. It's Don Thompson here. I am in Ada, Oklahoma, and just what a wonderful time to be here at the home office. And I wanted to remind everyone that you have less than 48 hours left in our Earn Holiday Cash PC Push Incentive. This incentive was scheduled to end on December the 10th. We extended it for 5 more days, and it will not be extended beyond midnight tomorrow, Central Time. So take advantage of this great promotion. If you're new to Legal Shield, you still have time to go out and grab an extra bonus by the holidays. If you're not new to Legal Shield, maybe you've already qualified for a bonus, you've got time to get an even bigger bonus. And if you've already maxed out your bonus, congratulations. But now it's time to reach in your organization and help other people achieve their Earn Holiday Cash bonus. Remember, $60 in network premium plus 1 brand new recruit, and you earn a $100 bonus. If you get $120 in network premium and 1 new recruit, it's a $200 bonus. And $240 in network premium plus 2 brand new associates, that's a $400 bonus. Again, December the 1st through midnight Central Time on December the 15th. Also, I've got the holiday hat on, got the holiday spirit, because we are in the middle of our 12 Days of Christmas Engagement Challenge. And what does that mean? It means every single day, you want to go out and get 2 engagements on your prospect by Legal Shield. Now, what's an engagement? How's that different than an exposure? When you send someone a video, that's an exposure. When they watch the video, that's an engagement. When you invite someone through your link to go see a Zoom through Prospect by Legal Shield through the calendar, and then they click on the link to access, that's an engagement. So do 2 engagements every day between now and December the 22nd. Every day is a fresh start. So it doesn't matter what you did yesterday. Hopefully you did your 2 engagements, but even if you didn't, today's a fresh start. Do 2 engagements, and then your name will be put in a hopper, and then tomorrow we will do a drawing based on the 2 engagements today. So you can go on Prospect by Legal Shield. You can check it out. I'll come back later in a couple hours. We'll do the live drawing so everyone can see who won from yesterday. But bottom line is, you got some great reasons to be running strong right now. The 12 Days of Christmas Engagement Challenge, to do 2 engagements every day, and less than 48 hours, so about 36 hours really, in our Earn Holiday Cash PC Push Incentive. So work with your team, and let's have a great close to our PC Push.
Thanks, Don, for that great overview. And here, don't forget, guys, as you're going out and recruiting, folks, just make sure you understand that we still get that Reach for the Beach incentive where you could earn yourself a free trip to Cabo San Lucas before everyone else has a chance to qualify, right? I mean, they're going to do a drawing, 25 tickets out of a hat. And the way you qualify for that, folks, is 4 recruits. Help 2 of those recruits get to fast start, qualify, and then help 1 of those become a manager, and they'll put your name in the hopper to qualify for that trip, folks. Again, earn your way in early by getting it done before the end of December, right? Also, want to make sure that you all save the date. Corporate is having a kick-off event January 2nd for 2021. They're going to release a lot of amazing information, up-and-coming things, and you definitely want to make sure you stay forefront to the massive growth that we're going to roll into for the year 2021. And again, every week there is regional training in your region, hosted by your regional directors. Make sure you're tapping into those. If you don't know where they're at, check your emails, or even go onto the Florida calendar and look at your region and what time and the Zoom link for that event. And again, we'll be here every Monday night at 6:30 to bring to you the top brass in Legal Shield, interviewing the top leaders, breaking down incentives, and just giving you guys the golden nuggets to help you build your business. And again, folks, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the Florida YouTube channel. You just click on that link below and subscribe so that you stay close to the fire here in Florida. God bless you all, folks, and we'll see you all next week here on Florida Live.